Hi everyone. This is part 5 of the assembly process of the y-axis. So you will just continue from where it was left from the last parts. So as you can see here, I was still working on the 3D printing parts that supports the two rods. So basically, because there are two rods, so you need 4 of these parts that's attached to the 3D printer frame. Okay. There was some difficulty when trying to first prepare the small parts. You need to, as I mentioned before, those parts, although they are 3D printed, but they are not identical. And sometimes with the holes that you should put that you need to put nuts into those holes, the sizes can vary can vary slightly. So in this case, 3 of them were very easy to prepared. Like you put the nuts into the hole, then that's fine. But one of it was just really hard to do. And also you need to remember that even though you can you can put the nuts into the hole, but that's not the correct. That's that can be incorrect. You actually need to push the nuts further down the hole, and that can be difficult. Hence, as you can see, what I was doing at that time is that I used the handle of the screw as a hammer, and then I use the Allen key as the hammer head. So basically, you try to pin the Allen key to the screw that's partially inserted into the 3D printed parts, and then use the handle to hammer the screw further down the hole. So again, that requires some time. Therefore, I mentioned several times in the video that if you don't have the time and patience, probably you should not buy the kits. You should buy the entire print. You should buy the printer instead. But you will be curious to see, to compare the printer I'm building right now with a printer that someone brought from Prusa directly, just to see the quality, which one's better. I really don't know whether the quality, if you spend a lot of time on building the printer yourself, in that case, whether the quality can be much better than if you would buy the printer directly. Because from those steps, those small things that you need to do, I can see that I was wondering when they try to assemble the printer in the factory, how are they doing that? Because that requires some efforts, and it can be quite time consuming to assemble. So I was wondering how they are doing that. And you do need to follow the instructions closely. because sometimes it mentioned that when you tighten the screw, you should not tighten the screw fully. You should leave some gap, and because of that, and you can adjust the setup later. Okay, so you just need to pay attention to those small those instructions in the menu. So they are very important. Okay. And also, if you don't pay attention to the menu, and you might tighten the screw very strongly, and in that case, it can damage the 3D printed parts. And I haven't looked at looked inside the or go through the parts in the box that contains all the 3D printed parts. So I'm not sure there are any spare parts. So in case you damage some parts, you might need to order those parts from the company, or you can download the parts 3D model and then go to one of the local 3D printer shop, ask them to print the parts for you. Maybe that's an easier way to do that. Okay, in case you damage the parts. So I was putting the assembled support plate onto the frame. Okay. The reason you do not tighten the screws at this stage is that in the manual it says you need to slide the support plate back and forth. By doing that, you will align the rods automatically. So after doing that, then you can tighten the screws. Okay, that's from me for this part. I see you guys in the next part. Cheers.